All right, welcome back, Pokemon Go players, to another episode of the Purified podcast. Today is September 20th, 2023. I am host Luis Palacios with my co-host Acris.
Yo, 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 it's your boy, Pokemon Trigger, please. And yeah, we're back at it again. It's been another week. Honestly, the events have kind of been flowing. It's one event to the next, basically. And it's been
Basically.
fun.
Basically. So yeah. We're here once again to talk about Pokemon Go news, updates, and ranting about the game because we love the game just as much as everybody else. Don't forget to check us out at theprofessornetwork.com/purify podcast. Wonderful people to work with every single time. Make sure you check them out because they are wonderful. So keep going at it. So yeah. Yeah, it's been an interesting week, right, Chris?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we had the end of the Paldea Ultra Unlock event. Then we were like regular spawns for X amount of days and things like that. And now we're in the Psychic Spectacular. So, we're getting to that point. But how's your week been, brother?
It's been a great week. Work hasn't been crazy, so been able to play a little bit. It hasn't been too insane for the luck, but I mean, like I got a little bit to brag about, so that's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, the event was great. The Paldea Pokemon are very fun to go after. So I definitely enjoyed that. Um, but yeah, let's look through.
Yeah, let's start with
Um,
our holes, I guess.
yeah, I'll go through the shinies first. It looks like I didn't get any shinies until we got to the Oddish event, and I was able to get 6 shiny Oddish from the event, so that was fun. Um, I go plus a shiny Venonat during that event. Um, I was worried the Go Plus was gonna like have some run from me like a shiny Fungus.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wasn't able to encounter a shiny Fungus or the other one I was hunting, Paris. But I was very happy to get another Venonat. I did get a Hundo Oddish during that. I'll just mention it really quick, just because it was part of the event for that.
Yeah.
I got a shiny Rattata basically that night, and then today I got a shiny Execute as a part of this event.
Okay.
And yeah, I think that's basically it.
You
I don't
did
think I got anything like too crazy other than that.
you did say you got your Hundo Oddish, right?
Yeah. I think that was actually the only hundo I got too.
Nice.
Other than a few purified hundos, but the purified hundos like they aren't that crazy. It's like a Meowth,
Hey, a
like
Hondo
stuff
is a
like that.
Hondo. A Hondo's a Hondo, so...
Yeah, I'll take it. But yeah. What have you got for us, buddy?
Well, let's see. We did actually, just like Chris mentioned, we did do Oddish Research Day. Research Day, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, before that, by the end of the event of Paldea, I actually got another shiny Lechonk, so that's pretty cool. Go plus and catch some Scythers and Fletchings while I was there too. Hop it too. Then Oddish Research Day, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Oddish shinies. I don't remember how many tests we actually did, so I know we did quite a bit of them anyways. I also
Yeah.
got a shiny Bellsprout and a shiny Catnia, so I mean, why not at the end of the day? Or throughout the event, I guess. And then shiny Zigzagoon, which is boosted. I think it was right at the end of that too. So I was like, what's going on with the shiny super? Today, during the Psychic Spectacular event, I did get shiny Abra and a shiny Genesect, which is another one finally. Although I kind of like this color for some reason. I think the red in the back actually makes it complete. And then a shiny Pineco, surprisingly. So I don't know how I got so lucky at the start of this event. So it's been kind of like wild, to say the least. As for Hondos, I'm redeeming myself because I know I've been kind of like wary when it comes down to it. I got a Hondo Tepic from a research and a Hondo Slowpoke, Galarian Slowpoke from a research. So I was like,
Ooh.
man, Hondos are just like kept coming. I don't know what the heck was going on. And that's not as rare as I thought it would be. But getting
Is
Hondos.
Tepig a new one?
Well, I did have the Hondos from before because I think
Okay, that's still
I
cool
don't,
though.
although I don't know if I actually had the family Hondo, so let me check. Yep, I have the Hondo family, so that's so that's
Yo,
so that's the extra technically, but still pretty cool. Um, I don't know, we'll put it at home probably. With that being said, of course, we did, like I said, we got the Oddish Research Day. We did as many technically tasks as we could from where we were going. We didn't have like rotating task every other hour or something. It was a 3 hour event, so it was like you really needed to plan out. And Oddish was only really spawning out of the research, anyways. You couldn't really do anything from that. Everything else was just wild spawns, but Oddish wasn't really spawning in the wild. However, though, if you actually put in like a mousy lore or something, you actually get to see them spawn. So I was like, okay, well that works, I guess. Guy would die. How you doing today, Zach? Thank you for joining us. He said that he didn't get zero Oddish research. Yeah, actually, something that a community actually did say, and thank you for reminding me. Every other stop was oddish, but then all the other stops was still regular spawns. I'm like, what? What do you mean? I was supposed to be research day, not research half a day, you know? So I don't know. When it came down to it, it
yeah,
seemed weird.
like I get behind it a little bit just because it's like, oh wow, maybe some people don't care about the oddish that much and they want to do like other stuff.
Yeah,
But then like after the fact, uh all the research refreshed to like other things. So like it feels like they could have put like 90% oddish if anything, other than
yeah.
like 60 to 50%.
And the other research tasks weren't really that good anyway, so it's like, it is what it is when it comes out to it. It's like I with the guy, I got you like 8 of them plus any extra we had from like previous events anyway, so you'll be fine. But yeah, it's interesting. Well, we were like 3 in the car at the time, and our friend Amanda, she actually only got like what 2 Odysseus Chineses, and she did almost the same amount of tasks that we did.
Yeah, it's either 2 or 3,
I think she got
but
2.
it was
Yeah.
crazy how many she went through without getting one.
Yeah, no, I know she was. I think, although I do believe she's not like I could do every other stop if I needed to, even when I was driving. Don't drive and play, guys.
Yeah.
But I think she was doing like every other one, so it was kind of hard for her to actually do them, anyways. It is how it is, how you may see it. Now, but yeah, the event itself it wasn't too bad. I wasn't really planning to go the full on 3 hours, but then when you hang out with friends, that's a different story. But so, yeah, I guess it was a good thing that we just hang out. I guess we can talk about the experiences there and that. The wild spawns were okay too. I mean, they had quite a bit of good ones that we really wanted to. I mean, Chris choking over here over his Wawa Fest or Baja Blast or whatever.
Baja Blast and Culver's Cup. Yeah.
Right now, right? So, in the end of the day, it wasn't too bad because other spawns even gave you more starters and everything. And this was the start of this event, I think, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, definitely between the catches.
So yeah, that's that on Oddish. Now we are back into vanilla spawns, but then of course today turn over to the Psychic Spectacular event, which is another fan favorite from a lot of us, especially since new shinies come out. Solosis is the brand new shiny. Genesec is back in race. I don't know how's that really part of the Psychic Spectacular, but whatever. People are sending me a lot of 1-star race, which I will not do because again I don't have remote repasses, and plus I'm not gonna do
I joined
unknowns.
that Esper.
But I was just like, no. But yeah, it seems interesting so far. The spots are pretty good. I like all the Riles, Medichance. So if you really want to like maximize this event, I do suggest try to get your Mega Psychic ready to go for this because you are going to be catching a lot of Psychic types, and that extra large candy grind it's a powerful one when it comes down to two actual powerful Mega Evolutions and a bunch of other spawns. So not
Yeah,
bad.
a lot of good psychic extra large candy to get right now.
Yeah.
I think Ralts is definitely a fan favorite Pokemon
Oh
too.
yeah. Yeah.
So
I mean, I am looking for my Hondo male one, anyways, but beggars can be choosers. I've been in the single indicator grind for the last few weeks, so don't quote me on that, which is unfortunate for me. And we also have Spoink in showcases. I'm still trying to figure out how Spoink is a thing. for this.
Yeah, I was like, is it the year of the pig?
I don't know.
Like,
I don't
what
know.
we got going on?
However, though, we do have some free research, which I do have some free research, plus some research for Solaces. Let's claim the first research, not the time research, but the regular research I have here for Solosis. Shiny Solosis? That is not a Shiny Solosis. What is the Hundo for the research? Do you know?
Oh, yeah, no, that's rough.
Oh my
I'll
god,
look it up actually.
it's a 583, that's a 98.
Oh,
So either 584 or a 585 is the Hundo.
jeez,
Let's
that's
try
funny.
for another Solosis here. No, that was a Wobbuffet. Okay. Well, still pretty cool. Extra large candies. So close, I know. But I still have all these rewards. I'm actually going to claim it right now for you guys. If you're here on Twitch, you'll see my reaction. If you are here by podcast services, you'll still hear my reaction. So, number one, that is not the Hundo. And not the shiny. Number two, nope, 571. Number three, 559, no. Number four, 566.
If he gets a shiny, I swear.
Number five, 558. Number six, I think. 557. I mean, guys, I need some like luck right here. We got like two more left, I think, in this point.
Little drum roll.
Drum roll, please. Number seven. I mean, and it's nice getting the extra large candy. Good thing I had a mega going. So number 8. Why? And I think the last one, the last one is the research itself. So let's see. I get quite a bit of Pokeballs. That's pretty nice. All right, 1, 2, and 3. Why? Man, all this checks and just like no solos is shiny.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever gotten a shiny from the freebie that wasn't like a boosted one, you know?
Yeah, I try. I mean, that 98 is pretty cool, though. Getting that extra large candy is also pretty nice, I guess. Oh my goodness. We got another 98 Slowpoke somewhere on this Sparks. I don't know. What am I getting all the 98s today? The fudge. Give me at least a Hundo. Actually, I did get the Hundo, so I can't complain. Anyways, that was the free research, y'all. So, I don't know. Good luck to anybody who actually is doing it anyways.
Oh, you got an incubator now.
Oh, yeah. Okay, incubator. Regular incubator. Okay, cool. But yeah, so that's the Psychic the Spectacular. You do get some free research. You don't have to pay for this. You don't have to worry about it. Just do it. It's really quickly. I think that all the task is like 42 Corbo throws, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
There are some things that we saw that is interesting when it comes down to this event. Now, number one, Genesect can have Technoblast Burn Drive. However, though, it cannot be... I guess it cannot be when you catch it? I mean, I don't understand that when it comes down to it.
You have to use an Elite Charge Sim right now. That is most likely an error on Niantic's part.
Yeah.
But if you do want Technoblast Fire Drive, you do have to Elite TM it. And it most like there's like a 99% chance it has to be the one that got caught right now, because like you can't TM the older ones to have it.
Yeah, no, unfortunately when it comes down to that, which is again, it's super weird why they... I mean, I guess it was super weird because I think Niantic's cat is at its finest today, so that's number one. Number two, yes, Shiny Solosis is out, so which is a good relief for everybody playing even in the early regions. However, though, a lot of people are saying that the bonus for the Corbo throw are not giving the experience it should give.
Really?
Yeah, so we can still do them and everything, but just weird that they also didn't do that. We haven't heard anything from Niantic support yet. The only thing that we actually heard, I think it was the Shiny Zapdos problem last weekend, but after that, it hasn't really made any headway on that, I guess.
They got their hands full right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with Niantic here. Drowsy, thank you. But yeah, when it comes down to it, I guess that's how it is. So, that being said, yeah, the Psychic Spectacular, I guess, is I don't know. We'll give it our ratings next week when it comes down to it, because again,
Next week? Oh, Psychic Spectacular.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Psychic Spectacular. Don't worry. Why do you think that I talked about
Sorry,
something else?
I'm just looking to the future. I'm seeing the future with my mind.
But yeah, that is that. Let's get into some research breakthrough information today. Research breakthrough topics of the week, y'all. Thank you so much for joining us once again to the Purified podcast today. Chris, what did we have first?
Yeah. So if you guys haven't seen already, there is going to be a new event called the Out to Play event, and it features a very exciting Pokemon that a lot of people wished was shiny earlier, but is just now being shiny, and it's going to focus on routes a little bit.
A little bit.
So the Pokemon that's going to be featured is Hisuian Growlithe. Very, very exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. It says trainers, get ready to adventure and explore your favorite routes during the new Out to Play event in Pokemon Go. Enjoy event bonuses and featured Pokemon encounters, and read on to learn about the updates in store for routes. Plus, for the first time, trainers around the world will be able to encounter shiny Hisuian Growlithe if they're lucky. You know, they always got to add that.
I know, right?
This event is going to start next week, Wednesday. I just had to double check. I was like, it better be next week. Wednesday, September 27th, 2023, at 10 a.m. To Monday, October 2nd, 2023, at 8 p.m. local time. The following Pokemon are going to be what you can find in the wild, and that's going to be Psyduck, Growlithe, which is Cantonian Growlithe, Onyx, Eevee, Phoebus. Oh, there's my chance again.
I know, right?
Woobat and Palmy. It is cool to see them already putting in the Paldean Pokemon.
Yeah.
As part of the event. And then some trainers will also be able to encounter the following, and it's just Arcanine in that group.
Yeah. Now, hard pass real quick on this part of the event. So, two things to note. One, Arcanine is not shiny available, which unfortunately that's a weird thing because it was already shiny available in the wild sometimes the last few seasons. Weird as it is, I guess that should be the case. But other Pokemons like Eevee and Phoebus are pretty rare, so that's actually good to have. Onyx good for extra large candy if you want a hundo. Mega, of course, when it comes down to it. This event is only 5 days. And however, though, I know that this is actually revolving around routes. One thing that actually a lot of people don't know, and hopefully we can actually iterate to everybody. If you actually download Campfire, which is the Niantic-based Discord that they actually created a long time ago, routes can actually appear on Campfire now.
Really?
Yes. If you go to your Campfire app and you go to the overworld map, you are able to click on the route option that's on the top left, and then a route will magically show you where it is. And because our Campfire, you can actually go anywhere in the damn map, so you can actually search for the nearest route to you if it's one that you can actually do, of course. So keep in mind that that's actually something that you are able to do. Continue on, Chris.
Yeah, that's funny. It literally says nearby routes. That's insane.
Yep.
So if you guys haven't noticed, Hisuian Growlithe isn't really in the wild for this event. But it is in eggs. So the following Pokemon will hatch from 2-kilometer and 7-kilometer eggs, in addition to the Pokemon that already hatch from those eggs. And then also, obviously, you'll be able to get the shiny for the first time. And that's going to be Hisuian Growlithe. So it's going to be in 2Ks and 7Ks. Pure and I got mistaken when we saw this info earlier on. We thought it was going to be in like all the eggs through 10Ks, but just 2 and 7, guys. So event bonuses. Kecleon will be appearing more frequently at Pokestops. If you do not have your shiny Jirachi, now is your time. Definitely play during this event. 3 times XP for completing a route. That's pretty hype. And then earn buddy candy faster while exploring routes with your buddy. For that, I would definitely recommend walking the longer routes. I know there's a lot of like 15-minute routes. I might actually go to the one at GT Bray that's like 30 minutes long.
I think it's like a 40-minute long route.
If I really want the buddy candy.
Yeah. I mean, if you really want to get to it, that makes sense. But yeah, between completing a route and the earn buddy candy faster is pretty cool. The one that a lot of people are struggling at the Kecleon, so you are lucky enough to actually get Kecleon spawning in those stops. It will be the first time in after a long time that it's been actually out as a regular spawn and all that. So get your
Yeah.
shoes walking, get your ice peel because the Kecleon will be spawning everywhere. Continue on.
Yeah, we've been saying since like like a month or two after the event for Jirachi, we were like, man, they gotta do an event any day now. Any day now. It's been like 5 or 6 months.
Yeah.
But field research task encounters. These are the Pokemon you can find in research for this event, and it's going to be Hisuian Growlithe, Hisuian Sneasel, Hisuian Quillfish, and Palmy. They really like Palmy this event.
Yeah, Bonnie is
Um,
like the walking body, I guess.
yeah, and then the Out to Play timed research. This is going to be the free event exclusive timed research focused on routes and exploring your surroundings, and it's going to feature Hisuian Growlithe, items, and Stardust. Um, there's also going to be Tales of Adventure paid timed research for the US $2 or the equivalent pricing tier in your local currency. You'll be able to access additional event exclusive timed research. So complete the event themed research tasks to receive the following: 6 encounters with Hisuian Growlithe, 5 encounters with regular Growlithe, I'm assuming, and then 2 incubators, and then 1 super incubator. The time to research does expire, and it must be claimed before October 2 at 8 p.m. local time.
Okay.
So
But
I don't know. I might actually get that. I know, as silly as it might sound, I don't really want to hatch eggs. So like 6 encounters doesn't sound horrible.
I mean, hard pass on this because even though this time research that doesn't seem as much, with this $2 is actually equivalent to $5 or more because of it. Super incubators are $2.50 in the shop. Two regular incubators are what, $1.50, I think, or regular.
Sounds right.
Let me just check to make sure. 150, and then supers are 2. So you get 1 super incubator, which is 200 coins, which is technically $2. You're already paying for your super incubator. Plus, you're getting 2 regular incubators from that. So that's another 300 coins. So that's 500 coins in total there, plus the encounters. So you are getting a good deal from this if you are saying that you're just going to put the money in there for that reason. You're also able to gift this to a friend. So if you're actually feeling, generous, $2 really isn't much for a lot of people, but I'm not saying that everybody has it. But yeah, it's something that you can do when it comes down to it. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Other than that, there's going to be an event bundles. There's going to be a Voyager box. That's interesting that they're telling you this ahead of time. Is going to be available for this event for 1990 Pokecoins, featuring 10 super incubators, 12 incubators, and 2 Poffins. And then the Pokemon Go web store Ultra Hatchbox bundle is gonna. It's weird that they gotta sell you on it, but I don't think they're gonna tell you how much it is here.
Right.
Trying to hatch as many Hisuian Growlithe as possible. Stock up on extra super incubators and get ready for the Out to Play event with the Ultra Hatch box, only available on the Pokemon Go web store. And then if you want the best deals on items, the web store offers special discounts and event boxes, so check back regularly. Yeah, the Pokemon Go web store is great. I think the reason they don't really specify is because it changes the price based on your location.
Yeah, that's an interesting
So
one. Yeah.
I think that's part of it, and I think it also takes into account like your level and stuff. A lot of people are looking into it. For Pokestop showcases, during the Out to Play event, be on the lookout for showcases at select Pokestops where you can enter Growlithe and Hisuian Growlithe. So it's going to have both of them. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then new avatar items. This is one of the funnier ones. A lot of people really like it. The Hisuian Growlithe wig will be available to purchase in the in-game shop for 200 Pokecoins. Not horrible. I personally don't think I'm gonna get it, but it's not bad.
Yeah.
I will say that.
Yeah.
Route updates. We hope that trainers are enjoying routes and exploring their surroundings in brand new ways from Niantic.
So
Uh,
let me be the one to
mhm.
take over this one for sure.
Okay.
So yeah, this blog post actually ends with a little bit of updates on routes. So first and foremost, I know the routes have been kind of like a interesting topic in the community, mostly because a lot of people are saying that it doesn't work or it works, so it's being route.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
for the first like month and a half, I couldn't play routes. Remember?
yeah. So plays of how it can be. I believe routes can still be a good potential feature for the game, but this is what Niantic is, I guess, not promising, but at least giving us some future insight of what they're thinking with routes. So, as the blog states, we continue to make improvements to this feature since its launch. Here are some of the updates trainers can enjoy right now. So, right now, this is the most important part about routes. Increased route availability across the globe, which, a lot of people, I mean, everybody can really do routes at this point. A lower level requirements for trainers to create routes. That has been staggeringly going down little by little, so it's kind of nice for everybody to do that. Several quality of life improvements, including seeing more routes listed in the nearby menu, directional arrows on routes on running, and a running count on the Zygar cell you collected on Zygar Cube details. Let me just check my Zygar Cube here. Yeah, so if you click on the Zygar Cube, you actually are able to tell how many Zygar cells you have, which right now I have 19. That it's interesting when it's, I mean, again, routes. Okay, let me rewind my train of thought here. The Zygar cells are pretty cool. You can also look at your Zygar, and you will tell how many cells you actually have. Simple and easy. Guy with the eye actually here on the Twitch chat says maybe if they actually track and count too, that'd be nice. They do. You just need to know how to play them. I mean, I'm not saying you're not playing it wrong or anything, but we have actually handled those encounters where, let's say, a route has like a back and forth area, so it like basically it's
Oh
like a
my
lag and
gosh,
everything.
when it's like a bottleneck. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
man, they're
So
rough.
the problem is that the route itself, I guess, counts, but you actually gotta put yourself like a little bit farther away from what the other part of that is and things like that. So it's interesting. So it is still a little bit buggy for a lot of people, but the game itself hopefully will make a little bit of better changes when it comes down to it. So we'll see how it goes. In the future, however, trainers can expect routes to continue sprinting up around the world as more are approved. In addition, you can look forward to the following changes. More trainers be able to create routes, so maybe a lower level when it comes down to it. Trainers will be able to find Zygar cells more often while exploring routes. Please make that a reality. A new notification will be available to inform trainers when there are routes nearby. That's pretty cool, I guess, since all the time that we actually have to click through the little finder of the routes, and we really don't know if there's gonna be a route or no by the time that's there. And then various quality of life improvements to the feature, which again, that's just a big saying that we'll try to fix them and put more in features and things like that, So again, there's a lot of things that have been doing since the release of routes. I know that again, this feature has been kind of weird for a lot of us. Definitely something that a lot of people are testing. Remember, we don't have Pokeminers, we don't have Silt Road anymore to really find it. So we are on our own when it comes down to it. There are still some people out there that technically are doing a little bit of research here and there, but it's not being convoluted in a place where we can actually just go ahead and get the information as easily as it was before. So we gotta put ourselves into the shoes of the community and be like, if we want to really teach the people how things are done, let's make sure that we show them if we can get to the source of the improvements of the game. I will again, it says there's no data mining anymore. The group that usually would do the data mining for the game, called Pokeminers, technically shut down their doors. They're still doing some bit of data mining, not as much as they used to, but they're not telling us a lot of it anymore. They don't go to Twitter. They actually have their own Discord, and they're trying their best when it comes out to it, but they're not going all in on the progression of data mining. So when it comes down to it, it is how it is. Chris just dropping
I
everything
just
here.
tossed my phone.
Yeah. Hey Hunter, how's it going? I know it's been like 20,000 years. How you doing? But yeah, so routes will, just like any other feature in the game, needs some time to really improve. I mean, if you want me to look at attention, I'll put something on the screen. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that the game itself will continuously get some updates to the feature as the days goes by. And it's still a pretty cool feature. I just think that it needs a little bit more tweaking, just like a lot of people are thinking at this point. So it is how it is. Let's hopefully get excited. Zygarde will eventually come probably in race or some other ways to really get more Zygarde cells or more Zygardes at that point, since it's a very powerful Pokemon that everybody wants. But yeah, that's the out to play events. Very excited. I like that Hisuian Rowlet is a feature shiny Pokemon in this event. I'm definitely not gonna go
late, but that's okay.
I know, right? I'm definitely not gonna be doing like crazy amount of egg hatching for this event though. Definitely probably never gonna get 7k eggs if I needed to, because I get lucky with the 2k eggs anyway. So regardless of how maybe this is a good event, I think it's potential to be a really good event. We're definitely going to play it out and see how the routes feature goes and everything. Get those Kecleons, everybody, because again, that is a must for your shiny Jirachi research that everybody wants to anyway. So
yeah, it's also one of the rarer shinies, and it should still be shiny available. So that's always a fun hunt.
yeah, although I haven't really seen anybody really say that they got a shiny Kecleon since the event, so I don't know. It could be cool. I guess that would be. All right, let's get into the next research topic. This is
Your favorite.
exciting one for a lot of us. Anyways, celebrate hashtag with Azurill. Yes, guys, Azurill is the next hatch day Pokemon for the season. Very mixed, a lot of mixed feelings about this one. Saturday, September 30th at 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. local time. Azurill will hatch more frequently from 2k eggs. They will also have an increased chance of hatching shiny Azurill. Event bonuses, you'll have a chance of increase hatching shiny Azurill, 2 times Stardust from hatching eggs, 2 times Candy from hatching eggs, 2 kilometer eggs will drop more frequently from Pokestops. Basically, like a regular hatch day, no extra bonuses on like hatch distances or anything, so you're out of luck there when it comes down to it. Event team refill research tags will be able to spin Pokestops, complete the task to earn Stardust, berries, Pokeballs, and experience. And then the time research, exclusive time research awarding a super incubator and experience will be available at no cost. Which I guess is good. But if it's associated with hatching eggs, I'm out of luck at that point. And yeah,
Maybe
that's
it's like hatch one egg.
And that's hatch day for Azurill. Chris, give me your thoughts.
You know, it's not a Pokemon I need a hundo of, and you know, if you've already hatched a shiny Azurill, you're definitely not excited for it. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. You know, if you really want a Shundo, now's your chance, I guess. But yeah, I'm not gonna be going hard. I don't think Pure is either. I told him I'm pretty much probably just gonna be using my free incubator the whole way through.
Yeah, this is an event where, for at least us seasonal players, have technically been a little less crazy about. Yes, Azumarill still, or Azumarill, and you know all the evolutions, Emerald and everything are still pretty good in like PvP metas and everything. So if you really need the extra large candy for, you know, Ultra League play or things like that, I would suggest try doing it if you can. Even though you don't have the hatch bonuses, you still hatch a lot of them from 2k eggs. So if you really want to get into that, I guess that's what it works. And the Stardust is pretty good, I guess. Did it say 5 times Stardust? No, 2 times Stardust. When it comes down to it, it's not a bad event if you are looking to complete at least a shiny family, because I know Azurill is nearly not the easiest Pokemon to hatch either way. Again, for seasonal players like us, it's not something that we don't want to see anymore, but it is how it is. It is how it is when it comes down to it. So I don't know. It's play as how you may will. And if you really want that shiny and Shundo, that's just a good chance because it is a fixed IV spread in the end of the day. I mean, I hatched my Hondo Riolu and a bunch of shinies Riolus when the hashtag was that, but that was a really exciting one regardless. So
Oh yeah, yeah. How do you go from Rylu to Azrael?
PvP, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, when it comes down to it, I this is probably an event that I'm definitely probably going to skip. I just if I am gonna play it, I'm not gonna go as super hard. I'm not gonna go like maybe hatch just like Chris said. Maybe go ahead and hatch my free incubator and that's it. I really don't. Plus, I have a
Oh
bunch of 2k eggs. I'm sorry, it's 10k eggs, 7k eggs, and 12k eggs in my inventory right now. So it's fun, I guess.
yeah. Plus, it's on a Saturday, and yeah, I work Saturdays, so I kind of got to get lucky to get out early enough, anyway.
Yeah. So play as how you may want. It is how it is when it comes up to it. Anyways, that's pretty much it on technically the news. There is one more thing that we're gonna talk about real quick. So we may be pretty much ending the podcast pretty early this week, but it is how it is. We wanted to at least get you the news before next week, since that's how it works. Also, I want to give a shout out to our friend David from the Ask the Pokemon Tours, who's actually in the chat right now. It's the first time through, of course. He had probably released one of the best episodes so far in their podcast, interviewing somebody from Japan, being able to get somebody to translate it, and even make a Japanese episode for the other people outside of the other world. So congratulations to Ask the Pokémon David. You did an amazing job. I just wanted to give you a quick shout out when it comes down to it. But then let's talk about something that a lot of people are talking about the community. And let me tell you how the timeline of this really worked. So about, I want to say 3 to, I don't know, 3 to 4 or 5 days ago or something like that. A lot of people were starting to get some bans into their accounts. Why? One of the reasons that they said is because their submissions to both Wayfair, maybe routes that were rejected for some reason, or the game board itself, like creating Pokestops and everything, things like that, were being either deleted or rejected at some points. People were getting hammered with pretty big bans, actually, not even warnings. They're just like regular bans when it comes down to it. And they were pretty significant, like 30-day bans, 10-year bans and things like that. So we were kind of like wondering what was going on. And, more people started talking about it in the end of the day. It seemed interesting because we didn't really hear much from Niantic when it comes down to these bans. A lot of I saw maybe. I'm not saying that a lot of legitimate players were getting the bans, but I am saying that some people were actually getting bans that we knew about, parts of the community. I'm not gonna name names because again, we're not trying to bash on them or anything. We're trying to see if they can help them. But it's weird to say that this is happening like really often now, and the community blew up a little bit. Not as bad as when a lot of changes happen to the game, but people are saying it's like, what's going on, and why are we getting banned like this? I didn't do anything wrong, things like that. Laura podcast Ken actually posted a interesting topic for their community bear question and all that, which I wanted to elaborate a little bit. His question was, with the reports of popular routes being rejected after 1,000 trips and Wayfair issuing bans them span across all Niantic titles, are you feeling deteriorated about developing the game board? It's a simple question. I'm sure that a lot of people are really answering everything, and I'm sure that Laura is going to talk about it in their own words. But I wanted to actually get ourselves into that question because I wanted to really get into the problems. Now, the Wayfair is understandable. If you abuse it, you're definitely going to get bans. Even Niantic, after a couple of days, they actually said, this is what we're trying to make sure that we do is fair for the players out there. What you see in social media doesn't paint the entire picture of what's happening behind closed doors. If we do get to the point where banning is a thing, and I'm elaborating this, I'm not trying to say word for word. If they get to the point of banning, then that means that they have done something to the point where, this is something that they should be punishable, I guess. And I say punish them like it's really bad when it comes down to it, but if you get to this point where the ban is like 10 years or something like that, then you did something wrong.
10 years. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's
It's
was
like a
bad.
jail sentence.
So, but yeah, I think that again, there's more that it meets the eye when it comes down to it. Especially when it comes to like a lot of people just screaming into the void of X or Twitter in the end of the day. We'll see how it develops. I know this also been affecting routes because a lot of people are saying that the routes have been rejected after like, I don't know, 1,000, 1,500 people actually played the route. And then all of a sudden it just got rejected for some reason. So it was an actual route that works. Even our friend Lando Ralpha from, that community, one of the community players out there, he got a route and two actually rejected, which was weird because a lot of people are actually saying, why is this getting things, But yeah, also Ponyta, shiny, please. No, thank you. The first Ponyta I see for some reason. But yeah, it's kind of weird. Now, a lot of people are actually getting a little deteriorated, saying that, they don't want to play the game anymore because they're just getting rejected for no reason. I don't think that's the case. It's just be very wary of how you do your routes and be very wary of where you're placing them too. I haven't really created a route, mostly because my community in my neighborhood actually did the routes already. So it's been kind of nice that I didn't have to create one myself. I do want to develop some routes in places that I know that they probably can use them. Routes have been actually been pretty easy to accept after the route submission process has been kind of getting clearer and clearer throughout the days. But yeah, I don't know. Do you have any thoughts on this, Chris? Anything that you might want to add to it?
Yeah. I'm honestly curious if I'm pretty sure not all of them are going to remove it because of this, but I'm curious if they remove one Pokestop from a route, that's got to delete it too, right? Like even if it's not the starting or end point.
Yes, I think so. I don't think we have full confirmation of how that works.
Because it would be interesting if a lot of them were caused from Pokestops being removed.
Yeah.
But I'm sure a lot of the people that are outraged would have mentioned that in their post if that were the case.
True, but they don't
it
seem...
does make me curious going forward.
Yeah, definitely. I agree that might be a factor. Mostly because, again, we are trying to develop a game board that is actually fair for everybody and not abusive when it comes down to it. So it might be a possibility that was the case. There might be many, many different reasons. We're still trying to get some clarity from Niantic. So it's definitely something that we'll keep an eye on. But if we see anything big or anything, just let us know. I would suggest to actually check out the Lura podcast because once they got their Pokebird question going, they're definitely going to be talking about all those things. And they have better opinions than we do, definitely. Just to see, because we're trying to see more of the conventional side of things and why this is happening while they are trying to learn more of how the community really is. And I want to, if the community out there wants to actually, ask us questions and everything, we definitely would like to answer it, but we want to have the right facts. We want to have all the information before we really, talked about it much.
Yeah, because personally, I don't know too much about the Wayfarer side, other than, what I see on Twitter and what I hear by ear, pretty much. I don't have any friends that really use Wayfarer.
That's why you got to meet the way spotters.
I know.
We got to get Jamal and Mike to come over to the show, and then we'll do a vice versa episode with, and we'll talk. We'll be in talks with them. But yeah, so that's really what I wanted to actually go about it. I know because a lot of people are really asking the question, why is this happening? But we only know the small details, but I definitely want to have everybody just aware of the situation in the end of the day. So that's pretty much it for the news. If there's anything else, I think I may have covered it later or before. I don't know. We'll see about next week at this point. So let's get into some PvP action. Get good, get wrecked. Here we go, Chris. So GBL is in its master meta right now. Can you believe that I actually haven't done that much master this week?
Maybe.
No,
only because I haven't either.
Yeah, no, I haven't pretty much done this Masters Week, which is my favorite. Like I literally been wanting Master League to come back as much as possible, but I just again, I guess it's just been a little bit harder for me to get things done. But anyways, Master League, and I think it's the Psychic Cup. It's what's on right now. Enter the Go Battle League, Master League and Psychic Cup, which is
Yeah,
the
I
current
was gonna
set.
say you could literally tell me any cup and I would believe you.
Yeah,
Second Cup has been fun though. I played a little bit a few days ago.
yeah.
Um, it's a little bit more versatile than you'd think, honestly.
Well, I mean, they did ban Mew, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, will I ever stream those? Ever? Maybe. If I ever have the chance to really sit down and do all my sets and everything. I love seeing people play their sets and have weird spicy teams for the Master League and everything. So I don't know. It really depends on me when it comes down to that. So yeah, most of the time I just usually just play them and I'm like, yeah, I won a couple of games. Then we just had our first ever regional champion in the Barcelona Championship back in Europe. I think it was a week back. Yeah, it was a week back. So your Barcelona champion is the Suelios. That's how you name him, I think. Sorry if I'm butchering your name, my friend. But yeah, very first champion of the 2024 regional champions. Very amazing sets. I didn't see much of it because again it was in the other side of the world, so it was kind of hard for me to see the playthrough. But his champion team was Medichen, Shadow Alolan Sandrew, Shadow Venusaur, Pelipper, Sableye, and Lickitung. Very interesting team for sure.
Sandshrew or Sandslash?
Sandslash.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Sandslash.
I was like, dang, he's running Sandshrew? Sheesh.
I mean, you could if you wanted to. But yeah, he went against actually Patamon in the finals, which was actually pretty interesting. But Patamon was running a team of Deoxys, Registeel, Dewgong, Swampert, Lickitung, and Gligar, which is a fan favorite these days since Gligar has just got this nice buff. But once again, meta reigns supreme once again, and it came through it. There's been a lot of interesting Pokemons actually in the meta these days, and a lot of them interesting in the top 8 for sure. So keep an eye out. I mean, the meta has shifted, and everybody's really going about it these days. So that's pretty cool. That was a lot of experience. Anyways, congratulations once again to the Suelos for a well-deserved win for the very first 2024 regional championship. So yeah, any thoughts on that, Chris? Congrats.
Not too many.
Yeah.
Just always interesting to see what teams the really strong players are using, to try and copy them.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And Chris, I guess you got some updates. What's going on?
Yeah. So I think I mentioned before that Switch Masters has been doing a little, like, I don't know if you can call it off season, but because Soph went down, a lot of the teams got together in a Discord to keep battling it out. And in one of the Discords, we started matching up. The first week, I don't think it went that well, but I don't remember what score we got. But this week, I'm really excited. I'm gonna be doing the Savannah Cup, and I do really like the Cup metas because if anyone listening has never done a Soph meta, it's really fun in my opinion because you don't have to worry about every single Pokemon. You just got to worry about a more diluted meta, and then you just kind of pick Pokemon that work well in that meta, and you pick 6, and then your opponent sees what team you have, you see your opponent's team, and then based on that you choose the 3 Pokemon you want to use, your lead, and then the 2 others obviously, and then you can switch up your team each round, and then it's a best of 3, but you do want to play all 3 because every single point matters. But yeah, it's been fun. I think it's a great way to keep the team together. We really do like each other. And then it also, if something opens back up, like it looks like Zygarden is going to be really good in the future, and any other team Pokemon Go uh, community, I do think it's all really good to like have a team together ready for it instead of breaking apart and then rushing back together when something opens back up in the future.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm really glad they're doing this. Battle Frontier, that might be what we're in. I think that's what we're in.
That's what you're in. That's
I'm
very
not
cool.
gonna lie, I forgot what it was called though.
Oh god.
Battle Frontier.
No, nice. That's
You're saving us. You're saving us.
thank you,
Hamtaro.
Hataro. Yeah. But yeah,
Oh man.
when it comes down to it, good luck.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah.
I will say it's been fun.
It's an
I'm really
interesting
happy
meta.
with my team.
It's an interesting meta, that's for sure. I'm glad that at least the communities are still pulling together, even though after the downfall of Silt Arena. But definitely something to keep us at bay until Garden really shines out there for the community. So let's hope that's the case, y'all. Let's hope that's the case. With that being said, I think that's everything we got to cover today, Chris. Anything else you might want to add?
Honestly, not much I can think of. I think that Exploit is still in GBL, so there might be 1 out of 100 people you got to worry about. But I do recommend to anyone trying to do their battles, don't worry about it, because even if somebody knows your team, you can still win.
Yeah.
Because like there's always human error, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, get out there, get catching, and I do think it's going to be a really fun event, honestly.
Yeah. So, thank you so much for everybody for listening to the podcast. If you're here in the chat here on Twitch, thank you so much for joining us live here on Twitch. I said that twice. If you are listening us to in our podcast services feeds, make sure you check us out in Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Stitcher. Many of those places we are there. If we're not, let us know, because I don't remember at this point. I think I actually got to look into that. Anyways, please, if you can leave us a review, we would greatly appreciate it. It's much appreciated as always. Join our social media, Pure Letter Go for myself, PKMM Trigger Please for Chris. That's PKM Trigger Please with a C at the end. PurifiedPodcast.com for anything podcast related news. If you want to email us anything, purifiedpodcast@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you guys. Join our Discord. It's free. If you want to talk to us, we're mostly there. And yeah, don't forget to check us out at thepurifiedpodcast.com, the Professor Network. Chris, how about you take us away for the night?
All right. Hope you guys are enjoying your time in Pokemon Go. Hope you guys, are using your Go Pluses, getting out there, getting everything you can, or using your finger as much as you can to get all the Stardust and Pokemon you can, all the shiny checks. And yeah, we'll catch you guys next week. Guy with the eye. It is so funny you mentioned Pokemon Sleep because we love it so much.
Yeah,
but yeah,
we're playing that game like every day now too. So Jesus.
you know what? I'll tell you guys that. Get some sleep in and get out there and get catching. See you guys next week. Peace out, guys.
If you guys want some content, check out Reversal. But if you really want us to talk about Pokemon Sleep, let us know, because we are really loving the game too. So.
Oh, dude, it's so hype.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening, and keep purifying them, everybody. Have a good night.